good. Like, all the best players, when you're a top draft pick, you get drafted to one of the worst teams. So, not saying that we are the worst team, but...
Are we all just puppets of a narrative machine? Has the hype train derailed the real story of the WNBA's brightest rising star? Welcome to the spectacle of votes and headlines, where Angel Reese was heralded as the face of women's basketball, yet didn't even crack the top 10 in all-star voting. You've seen the banners, the ads, and the endless chatter, but now it's time to pull back the curtain and see what truly matters. Buckle up for a wild ride through stats, stories, and the gap between spin and substance.
I'm just saying it's going to be take time for us to get better and be patient. I want the fans to just be patient with us. It's going to take time. We're trying to get better every day.
Angel Reese stormed onto the WNBA stage amid a frenzy of media coverage, endorsements, and viral moments. Every network touted her as the next marquee talent, convinced that her name alone could sell out arenas. Yet fans held the ballots, and those fans spoke loud and clear on the remote. Despite non-stop promotion, she barely registered in the early voting tallies. That loud silence from the stands tells us something critical about building stars.
Clark, hammer.
Reese is being reviewed for a possible upgrade to a flagrant.
Caitlin Clark's dominance in fan votes was not a fluke. With over 500,000 votes, she outshone every expectation. Clark's electrifying play and social media savvy turned every game into must-see TV. Her highlights flew across timelines faster than you could blink, and fans rewarded that energy with their votes. It wasn't a victory of marketing, but of genuine on-court impact.
I think it'll be upgraded here. And, she gets her really hard there.
Reese's 30.9% shooting clip was a glaring statistic that fans couldn't ignore. For a post player, that number isn't just poor, it's alarming. Under the rim misses piled up, and critics had a field day dissecting every off-balance attempt. The myth of her unstoppable prowess collided head-on with the cold reality of box scores. Fans naturally gravitate toward players who turn their shots into points, not bricks.
From your perspective, just what you saw in that play, how you interpreted what happened.
Basketball play, Rex got it right.
Meanwhile, media outlets like Forbes plastered Reese's image as WNBA royalty, glossing over flaws in her game. They proclaimed her the league's growth engine, conveniently sidelining Clark's meteoric rise. That selective storytelling invited skepticism from savvy viewers. When headlines ignore the real story, fans push back with the only tool they have, their votes. The split between narrative and numbers widened. Reese's endorsement deals and national ad campaigns painted her as a global icon before she'd earned that title. Sports talk shows hyped her every move as if she were destined for historic greatness. But all the billboards in the world can't hide a player's weaknesses on the hardwood. Fans demand substance over style, and they know when a star is more gloss than grit. The All-Star ballot became a judge of authenticity. Her rebounding prowess drew genuine praise. No one disputes her hustle and knack for tracking missed shots. On the glass, she's a relentless force, crashing boards with ferocious intent. That skill alone, though, isn't enough to build a legend. WNBA fans reward versatility, not single-trick displays. By focusing solely on rebounds, Reese neglected the breadth of talent required for true stardom.
Walk me through your perspective on the flagrant foul. What was the point you were trying to make to her?
It's just a good take foul, If either Angel gets...
Contrast this with Clark's all-around game, deep-range shooting, pinpoint passing, and game-changing drives. Clark's highlights weren't just flashy, they directly impacted the scoreboard. That correlation between excitement and effectiveness fueled her enormous vote total. Fans recognized that synergy and stamped their ballots accordingly. In a league craving dynamic playmakers, Clark delivered in spades. The voting breakdown gives fans 50% of the power, with players and media sharing the rest equally. That structure should have favored Reese's media buzz, yet the outcome defied expectations. Her peers and reporters couldn't lift her over the top. Even insiders saw the gap. When those deeply embedded in the league choose differently, the narrative machine's pull weakens further. The All-Star vote tears down manufactured hype. It's tempting to blame the audience for not appreciating true talent, but that view underestimates fans' basketball IQ. WNBA watchers analyze plays, study rotations, and know who moves the needle on a nightly basis. They aren't swayed by flashy PR, they vote for players who consistently deliver. That respect for real performance speaks volumes about the league's evolved fan base. They want merit, not marketing.
Wide open 2 points, or, we send him to the free throw line. Nothing malicious about it. It's just a take foul. Every basketball player knows that.
Look at other top vote getters like Aaliyah Boston and Nika Ogwumike. Both excel across multiple facets of the game: scoring, defense, leadership. They bring an arsenal of skills to the court every night. Fans see that and reward their consistency, not just occasional heroics. The WNBA's future stars will be those who master all aspects of the game, not a single statistic. The gap between Reese's narrative and her vote tally is a cautionary tale for the league. You can't force-feed a superstar and expect fans to swallow it whole. Genuine stars grow from a blend of talent, work ethic, and real connection with the audience. Brands and broadcasters need to trust that process, rather than try to shortcut it. Authenticity resonates, far more than staged hype. Reese's own words about being the reason people tune in sounded confident, yet the vote count undermined them. There's a fine line between self-belief and overstatement. Claiming sole credit for the league's momentum without the votes to back it invites backlash. Fans reacted to that dissonance by voting with their remotes. They made it clear that no single player, however hyped, can carry the narrative alone.
That clock is winding down. You got to close out with the hand up. Her hands were down and Howard knocked it down, and that is a travel.
Reese drags the pivot foot, gives the ball back to Indiana.
Her social media following spiked, but those numbers didn't translate into ticket sales or viewership spikes tied explicitly to her. Viral clips are fun, but they don't equal game-changing box score contributions. Fans can spot that disconnect. A true star turns online buzz into on-court dominance, creating a feedback loop of excitement and performance. Reese's surge online didn't produce that loop. A rookie like Kiki Irefin, with a solid double-double average and efficient shooting, earned more fan votes than Reese. Irefin's balanced game proved more attractive than one-dimensional rebounding prowess. Fans seek players who fill the stat sheet in various categories. That breadth of skill is what you need to crack the top 10. Iri often showed it can be done without relentless PR campaigns. Even role players like Kelsey Mitchell and Satu Sabali edged out Reese, leveraging their all-around contributions. They bring niche skills, three-point shooting, defensive versatility, that complement their teams. Fans rewarded those specialists accordingly, recognizing their impact in critical moments. A well-rounded skill set trumps a singular highlight reel every time. That lesson is unmistakable in the voting data.
Atkins, 7 to shoot. Cardoso rolls, catch. Cardoso over the top, can't get it. Reese fights for the rebound and a foul.
Critics pointed to Reese's struggles in clutch situations as evidence of her limitations. In key fourth-quarter moments, she often faded or missed high-percentage attempts. That pattern erodes trust from fans and teammates alike. All-star voters pay attention to who shows up when stakes are highest. Consistency under pressure separates stars from hype trains. Reese's numbers raised red flags. Reese's teammates praised her energy, but noted gaps in her offensive skill set. Insiders observed that her game plan centered too heavily on rebounding, leaving her off balance in other areas. Coaches strive for balanced lineups, not one-note players. Fans vote accordingly, seeking those complete packages. The All-Star ballot reflected that preference. Media analysts acknowledged that Reese's rebounding is a gift, but argued it isn't enough to carry a team to wins. Basketball is a team sport, and isolated stats rarely tell the full story. Winning cultures demand scoring, playmaking, defense, and leadership. Clark and others embodied that full spectrum, earning fan admiration. Reese must expand her game or risk repeating her all-star snub.
This time gets a little chippy and a shove on Nelson Adona. And listen, this arena.
The league's star-building strategy needs recalibration. Instead of crowning players prematurely, the WNBA should spotlight genuine growth arcs. Fans love a good development story. Watching a rookie evolve into an all-star is compelling. That narrative arc is far more engaging than instant elevation. Reese's case shows the pitfalls of skipping that journey. What's next for Reese? She'll need to sharpen her shooting, diversify her offensive repertoire, and prove herself in big moments. Tools are there, she has the athleticism, work ethic, and personality. Now it's time to translate that into points, assists, and defensive stops. Fans will notice the progress and her vote tally will follow suit. The ball is in her court. For the WNBA, the takeaway is clear: trust the process, and let stars emerge organically. Build narratives around genuine performance rather than manufactured hype. Highlight players who earn their acclaim through nightly excellence. Fans will rally behind that authenticity. The All-Star vote is a powerful reminder of who holds the real power.
Typically, we'll see some ringside fights, and Charles this time trying to fight through the official, points a long finger in the face.
Angel Reese's journey is far from over. This All-Star vote may sting, but it offers a roadmap for improvement. Embrace constructive criticism, refine weaknesses, and let the game speak for itself. That path leads to lasting respect from fans and peers. Hype without substance fades. Substance without hype shines brightest. Angel Reese's All-Star snub wasn't just a blip on the radar. It sent ripples through every corner of the league. Fans in the stands and viewers at home expressed shock and curiosity in equal measure. Social media erupted with debates over whether votes truly reflect talent or simply popularity. Podcasts dissected the gap between her branding and ballot count, questioning if marketing dollars outweigh on-court impact. As the dust settles, one thing is clear: the All-Star vote is now under a brighter microscope than ever before. Beyond simple vote tallies, advanced metrics reveal deeper flaws in Reese's game that voters clearly notice. Her true shooting percentage lags behind even some of the league's role players, while her turnover rate sits uncomfortably high for a post player. These numbers don't lie. They signal inefficiencies that opposing coaches exploit game after game. Meanwhile, players like Aaliyah Boston and Athesa Collier punch above their statistical weight, combining scoring efficiency with defensive steals and blocks. Fans see those well-rounded box scores and reward versatility accordingly.
Don't get it twisted. Don't get it fucked up. Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA.
Coaches around the WNBA have privately praised Reese's work ethic, but question her offensive feel. In film sessions, analysts point out her lack of footwork on post moves and limited arsenal of scoring moves. Without a reliable post-up game or face-up jumper, defenders sag off, daring her to prove they're wrong. Those who tune into actual game film notice these inadequacies in real time, far more than any highlight reel can conceal. That real-time awareness among informed viewers translated directly into votes. Reese's teammates have walked a tightrope between supporting her hype and lamenting her limited contributions. In locker rooms, some veteran players nod to her rebounding prowess with a wink, acknowledging her hustle pays dividends on the glass. Yet they also see how opposing teams scheme around her, forcing her into uncomfortable mid-range attempts. Players like Chelsea Gray and Candace Parker have hinted on podcasts that true stars must offer more than one dimension. Their insider perspectives resonated with fans weighing who to back in the All-Star vote.
NBA.
The narrative of Reese as a marketing marvel shines in sponsorship boards but flickers under the glare of ratings data. While her endorsement portfolio boasts household names, viewership spikes aligned poorly with her best performances. Television ratings climbed dramatically during Caitlin Clark's highlight moments, yet barely budged when Reese notched double-digit rebounds. Networks track these trends closely. Airlines, apparel brands, and advertisers care about eyeballs, not just impression. That data influenced the conversation behind the scenes, contributing to her vote drought.
You made some comments about Angel Reese.
Yeah.
You called her garbage.
Historical parallels offer a cautionary tale. Players like Brittany Griner and Maya Moore ascended to superstardom by combining standout skills with consistent winning impact. They didn't rely solely on one facet of the game. They attacked from every angle. Fans rewarded their all-around excellence with multiple All-Star nods and MVP conversations. Angel Reese, in her quest to become the next big thing, must embrace a similar blueprint of comprehensive skill development to avoid becoming another flash-in-the-pan cautionary tale. Community engagement was another arena where Reese seemed poised to dominate but under-delivered. While she hosted youth clinics and participated in charity events, her genuine connections felt scripted, as if driven by PR mandates instead of personal passion. Players gravitate toward authenticity. Players like Jewel Lloyd and Skylar Diggins-Smith built devotion not through fancy cameras, but through heartfelt community work and genuine storytelling. Reese's outreach lacked that personal touch, which likely influenced how fans felt about casting their votes.
Compared to Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I love black people. Mwah, 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 mwah. but I think sometimes
Radio call-in shows captured a range of fan sentiments that underscore the disconnect between hype and reality. One caller lamented that Reese plays like a robot. She crashes boards but has no creativity. Another argued that if you're going to call someone the face of the league, they need to face up and make shots. These candid reactions reflect an audience that demands substance and personality, not just highlight clips. The raw honesty of fans dialing in to express frustration echoed through the voting booths. Advanced analytics firms noted that Reese's win shares per 48 minutes sat near the bottom of qualified players. While rebounding contributes positively, her negative offensive rating and poor assist-to-turnover ratio dragged her overall value down. In contrast, Caitlin Clark's metrics painted her as a top 10 player in efficiency and impact. Analytical communities shared these insights on blogs and forums, educating a growing segment of voters who treat numbers as gospel. That analytical shift in fan education likely swayed undecided ballots away from Reese. In the end, the All-Star ballot did more than rank players. It sent a message about what fans value. They reward hard work, versatility, and clutch performance. They see through one-dimensional hype and crave authentic excellence. That message echoes across the league, challenging every player to elevate their game.
sometimes we do play the race card too much. This ain't racial. This is about sports. This is about athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at Caitlin Clark's game, who's very reminiscent of a Steph Curry based on her range and shooting the three, plus everything else she does. And then you look at Angel Reese.
So what did we learn from Angel Reese's All-Star miss? That real stars earn their stripes on the court, not just in press rooms. That fans trust their eyes more than headlines. And that genuine connection comes from consistent performance. That is the true path to superstardom in the W.
Stop it. She just seems as uncoordinated as a baby giraffe. If you throw up 85 attempts, you're eventually going to get one or two. But
if you found this deep dive eye-opening, hit like, leave a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe for more unfiltered basketball analysis. Let us know which player you think deserves the next All-Star nod and why. The conversation is just beginning, and your voice matters.